Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only Hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Hosting Cruz, and the return of Kieth Thurman was a success earlier this morning in Sydney, Australia, as he took on and defeated by stoppage in the third round, guys, Brock Jarvis. Now, Brock Jarvis, as we all know and are familiar with, when he fought Liam Paro, of course, Liam Paro starched him by KO with a deadly left hand in the first round. You know, that was a big shocker because coming into that fight, Brock Jarvis, like coming into the Kieth Thurman fight, he was young, strong, big, punching power, aggressive, and Paro was able to utilize his aggressiveness and just detonate that left hand, drop it right on his chin and put him to sleep. So Kieth Thurman more or less turned in a similar performance. The only difference is these guys went 3 rounds. And Kieth Thurman was coming off a 3-year hiatus at 36. People were questioning what performance Kieth Thurman was going to turn in. Even I questioned it when the fight was announced, and I made a video about a month ago. What Kieth Thurman would show up, because remember, Kieth Thurman was coming off of injuries. He was getting ready to fight Tim Tszyu. He pulled out due to injury. And Kieth Thurman hasn't really been an active fighter since 2019 when he lost to Manny Pacquiao. That Pacquiao check came in pretty good. After that fight, he took a loss, his first professional loss, and he retired. He then came back until 2 years later. So, that Pacquiao check fed him 2 years. And he came back against Josecito Lopez. Then he fought Mario Barrios. And then he hasn't fought since until this morning in a pretty impressive performance, if you ask me, for a 36-year-old Thurman who hasn't fought in 3 years. Kieth Thurman showed his patience, his jab, his timing was there, and of course his fight-ending power was there, which is what ended the fight. After a combination by Thurman. Prior to that combination, that Kieth Thurman launched an uppercut and dropped Brock Jarvis. Brock got up, and Kieth Thurman went in there and threw a three-punch combination, which showed us that Kieth Thurman still has that killer instinct to end a fight, which is good. That's what he's been known for. He's known as one time for a reason. Scoring vicious KOs. The thing is, he hasn't scored a KO since in over 10 years. 2013 against Jesus Soto Caras was his last KO win until this morning. So Kieth Thurman returned to that form of knocking out his opponents. Now one-time return for sure. Again, Brock Jarvis is not a world beater, but to be 36 years old and having had a fight in 3 years, to knock off a young, strong, hard-punching fighter in Brock Jarvis is impressive. So Kieth Thurman is back, ladies and gentlemen. His career continues. And now he's mixing it up. He's looking to mix it up with the top 154 pounders in the world. Remember, Kieth Thurman is a big name. It's a big name. He's still dangerous. He has fight-ending power. He still can box. And he showed that he still can fight, man. He still can fight. Even with the injuries and stuff like that, man, he looked pretty good against Brock Jarvis. I'm looking forward to what's next. Kieth Thurman, in my opinion, who's one of the best trash talkers in the sport of boxing, it's always been good for boxing, man. Coming into the fight, these two guys were going at it. A lot of trash talking. Kieth Thurman shit talking to Brock Jarvis, telling him, responding to what Brock Jarvis said. Brock Jarvis said, "We're gonna see. I'm gonna show you what I can do in 3 to 4 days." And Kieth Thurman responded, 3 to 4 days. How about 3 fucking minutes? Let's get this thing on, because Brock Jarvis was like, "Oh man, you ain't got it no more," and Kieth Thurman was like, "Let's go 3 minutes. That's all I need." And Kieth Thurman, he needed a little more than 3 minutes, but he made a statement. He proved his point, And that's by getting Brock Jarvis out of there at 36 and not having a fight in 3 years. So impressive, man. Good to see Kieth Thurman back. Kieth Thurman has always been a good thing for the sport of boxing. He's entertaining. He has a pretty good entertaining style. Never in a boring fight. When it comes to trash talking, he's one of the best in the sport, like I said. And former unified champion at welterweight. And yeah, looking to do big things at 36. At 154 pounds, looking to mix it up with the best. So Kieth, one-time Thurman, is back, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm looking forward to what's next for the former world champion, former unified champion of the world. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Wilson Cruz. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It is always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.